everyone, welcome back to my channel. Our most essential learning competency for today is solving trigonometric equations. The fundamental solution set contains all solutions of an equation involving circular functions in the interval 0 to -2 pi. Techniques in solving trigonometric equations: express the equation in the form f of theta is equal to c, where f is a circular function and c is a constant. Express the equation in terms of sine and cosine and use identities to simplify it. Example 1. 2 cosine x tangent x equals 2 cosine x. First step is to transpose this to the other side. Tangent x minus 2 cosine x equals 0. We can now get the common factor, which is 2 cosine x. This is tangent x minus 1 equals 0. From here, we can equate each factor to 0. So tan x minus 1 equals 0. And then we'll apply this one now. You divide both by 2. So this one is cosine x equals 0. So this one is x is equal to arc cosine 0. And of course, we know that the value of x in which the cosine function is 0 is of course 90 degrees and 270 degrees. What about here? We have f of theta equals c, that is tangent of x is equal to 1. We transpose it and then we get of course arctangent of 1. And arctangent of 1 is positive, so it is where? In the first quadrant, 45 degrees, and in the third quadrant, 225 degrees. The value of tangent there is positive 1. Therefore, we have 45 degrees here and 225 degrees. So our FSS, our fundamental solution set, therefore, 45, 90, 225, and 270. Example number 2. We have 2 sine squared theta minus sine theta minus 1. So in this case, we can factor it because this is a quadratic equation. This is 2 sine theta plus 1 and sine theta minus 1. To check, we have 1 sine theta and -2 sine theta. Adding them, we have negative sine theta. That's correct. So after this, we will be equating each factor to 0. Sine theta minus 1 equals 0. So we transpose 1 there. So this is 2 sine theta equals -1. Dividing both by 2, we have sine theta equals -1/2. So getting the value of theta, we have arc sine -1/2. Again, you can use scientific calculator and finding the value of theta there. You just press arc sine -1/2 and it will display there. I will be getting the value of this using this unit circle. This one is -1/2. So meaning that is the shorter. This one is -1/2 and this one is also -1/2. I'm talking about the sine. And this is equivalent to 210 degrees and the other one is 330 degrees. So we have theta here is 210 degrees and 330 degrees. Okay. What about this? We have sine theta is equal to 1. Getting the value of theta, we have arc sine 1. Arc sine 1, we have here. This one is sine 1, 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. So our FSS, our fundamental solution set, will be 90 degrees, 210 degrees, and 330 degrees. Example number 3. tangent squared theta minus secant theta minus 1 equals 0. I can replace tangent squared theta by secant squared theta minus 1. This is from Pythagorean identity, tangent squared theta plus 1 equals secant squared theta. Minus secant theta minus 1 equals 0. Simplifying it, we have secant squared theta minus secant theta minus 2 equals 0. So I can now factor it. This is secant theta minus 2 and secant theta plus 1. Negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. Adding the 2, we have the inner and the outer. It's negative secant theta. I can now equate each factor to 0. Secant theta plus 1 equals 0. Solving for theta here, this is secant of theta is equal to 2. It is convenient. It is more convenient if we'll express this into cosine. So this is 1 over cosine theta is equal to, of course, 2. So therefore, we have 2 cosine of theta is equal to 1 over 2 over 2. We have cosine theta is equal to 1/2. And theta, therefore, is equivalent to arc cosine 1/2. Okay, to get the value of theta, I will draw again a unit circle. Cosine is positive. So if it is positive and that is equivalent to 1/2, it is in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. So we have here the angle. This one is, of course, cosine is 1/2 in here. And this one is 60 degrees. And this one is 300 degrees. So theta here is equivalent to 60 degrees and 300 degrees. For secant theta plus 1 equals 0, we have secant theta is equal to negative 1. So therefore, we have 1 over cos theta is equal to negative 1. We cross multiply. That is negative 1 cos theta is equal to 1. Dividing both by negative 1, we have cosine theta is equal to negative 1. So, getting the value of theta, we have arc cosine negative 1. And arc cosine negative 1 is equivalent to 180 degrees. So therefore, our FSS fundamental solution set will be 60, 180, 330 degrees. Example number 4. Cosecant squared theta plus cotangent theta minus 1 equals 0. I can replace this by cotangent squared theta plus 1 since this one is cotangent of theta. This one came from the Pythagorean identity, cotangent squared theta plus 1 equals cosecant squared theta. So this is cotangent of theta minus 1 equals 0. So I can cancel this. This is now cotangent squared theta plus cotangent theta is equal, of course, to 0. Getting the common factor, this is cotangent theta, this is cotangent theta plus 1 equals 0. So equating each factor to 0, cotangent of theta equals 0 and cotangent theta plus 1 equals 0. So theta here is arc cotangent 0. I know that cotangent is cosine over sine. Cosine is 0 in, of course, 90 degrees and 270 degrees. And then for this one, we have cotangent theta equals negative 1. Theta is equivalent to arc cotangent negative 1. This is found in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4, 45 degrees, multiples of 45 degrees. So that is 135 degrees And of course, we have 315 degrees. So if you will press it in your calculator, you just get, of course, arc cotangent or arc tangent -1. So therefore, our FSS fundamental solution set will be, we have 90, we have 135, we have 270, and 350. Example 5, we have tangent of 2 theta is equal to 1. To solve for theta, we have 2 theta arc tangent of 1. In this case, our theta is multiplied by 2. So meaning to say, we will be using the interval 2 theta is less than or equal to 4 pi, greater than or equal to, of course, 0. So how are we going to get this? So meaning to complete revolution. So from here, we can say that 2 theta is equivalent to, if we locate it, this one is of course 45 degrees. And this one is 225 degrees. Because tangent of 45 and 225 is equivalent to 1 there in the first and the third quadrant. And another term, since this one is 4 pi, so this is 45 degrees. And then we have 225 degrees. So this one is 360 plus 45. 360 plus 45, that is 5. 10 carry 1, we have 405 degrees. And then this one is, of course, plus 360. This one is 585 degrees. You divide everything by 2. Okay, so theta now is equal to 22.5, 112.5, and then 202.5, and then this one is 585 divided by 2. So we have 2, 4, 18, 9, 18, 5, 2. We have 292.5 degrees. So our FSS therefore is equivalent to 22.5, 112.5, 202.5, and 292.5 degrees. Example number 6, we have cosine for theta plus 1 equals 0. I will transpose 1 to the other side. This is -1. So 4 theta is equivalent to arc cosine -1. So we will be using this interval this time. 4 theta is less than or equal to 8 pi, greater than or equal to 0. Or this one is equivalent to, of course, 4 complete term. And from there, we can say that 4 theta is equivalent to -1. So here is -1. We have 180. And then plus 360, that is 540. Plus 360 again, that will be 900. Plus 360 again, that is 1,260. So 900 plus 360, 0, 6, 12, 1,260. And then we'll divide everything by 4. By 4. By 4. So theta now is equivalent to, this one is 45. This one is equivalent to, of course, 540 divided by 4, 1, 4, 14. This is 3, 12, 20. So we have 135. And here we have 450, 225. And the last one we have 1,260. 1,260 divided by 4. We have 3, 12, 6, 1, 4, 205. 315 degrees. So therefore, our FSS will be 45, 135, 225, and 315 degrees.